Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are in this beautiful world of ours. This is Hedging Lee with a morning update for Bitcoin. All right, I wanted to take this and point out what I didn't do yesterday, but I think it's high time to do so. So, we have a lot of price history with patterns, but what is clear is that we have one, two, three, four, and five. Five waves up have been completed, cleared. And Elliott Wave states that after five waves, there is a requisite correction. And that's exactly what's happening right now. And this has been just very nicely put on an ABC so far. But we also see it within a bear flag channel pointing downwards. I'm sorry, this should be a bull flag. When the channel is pointing downwards as a bull flag, the reason is because you're sapping the strength of the sellers. As price continues to decline, the number of sellers also decline with it too, until there comes a point when there can be no more sellers left. They've used up all their ammos, and what do you have? Nothing but buyers or potential buyers left. There are no actual sellers, and potential sellers are minimal at best. So I had labeled this as an ABC. I like to now, seeing that the price has not decisively broken the top trend line. Remember yesterday I said we need to see if this ABC is the end of the correction, we need to see this just cranking upwards in an impulse. And they ideally make a higher high above the 9,900 or break the 10,000. That has not happened. In fact, what these temporary piercings of the top blue line really represent are bear wicks. Remember how when it pierces temporarily the bottom one's a bull wick, it'll rise? Well, I think this is going to continue declining. However, would I still label as an ABC? I don't think so. In seeing how the price action is doing right now, I believe this should be labeled more best as an A, B, C, D, and an E, which still will take us to the 7,600, 7,500 zone. And if that's the case, we'll definitely see the effects of that. We should soon. And you might say, but hedging this A is not touching the bottom line. Yes, I know. Nothing is perfect. But from a count, Elliott Wave count, without the remember, Elliott Wave was designed to stand on its own as a standalone technical method. In my experience, since 1997, I tried chart pattern analysis by itself, failed miserably. And then a few years later, in 2000, I tried Elliott Wave analysis by itself and failed miserably. It's only when I combined the two started working pretty well for me. Might not work pretty well for others, but it started working for me. And that means that if no patterns were being utilized, this is an Elliott Wave ABCDE. Okay, so yes, it doesn't have to be precision hit. There are always, how should I say, variants that you can take into account, and that is the subjective nature of a technical analyst. So I'm seeing more of an A, B, C, D, and an E. Now the E could go straight down. It could be maybe 7,800, but we're going into the 7,000s if we see the price continuing below 8,400 or so, and I'm pretty close to it already. So if we do hit this E, is to what I consider that as the bottom of the correction, I think that'll be a very good candidate point, a stop point for the correction. Yes, or a turning point from there. Absolutely. Now, here's one thing to take notice. Okay. There, I'm sure you've noticed maybe in prior corrections, they've been following me for a while. I've always used the phasic and non-phasic uh, uh, um, states between Bitcoin and maybe altcoins. There are times when Bitcoin will decline, but altcoins, some altcoins will still continue rising, and vice versa. There are times when Bitcoin will be just cranking along, some altcoins will decline, or all the altcoins will decline. There is a probability for that scenario during this Bitcoin's decline to E-Wave that a good number of altcoins is going to say, okay, or non-phasic, and they're going to go up, continue going up. That is something that I would not be at all surprised by. In fact, I expect that as a potential because I think a good number of altcoins have already reached the bottom of their corrections. And if that's the case, they're going to turn while Bitcoin finishes the correction. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. I hope I gave you some food for thought, food for awareness, information that could help with your own due diligence. That's my objective. Have a wonderful day.